specifically to our lifestyle segment, proudly brought to you by Lipton Tea, inspiration flowing from nature. This morning we're talking about something very, very interesting. We're talking about mismatch in relationships. There can be mismatches when it comes to height, weight, beauty, educational level, financials, fame, religious backgrounds. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But do these things necessarily matter? Can they make or break a relationship? Is it necessarily an issue if there's a mismatch in the relationship? To help us to delve into this very interesting topic, Benny and myself, we have the lovely Wendy Tay, who's a TV presenter right here with us on TV3, and also the nice gentleman Kojo Ado, who's a social commentator. Good morning, lady and gentleman.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
We are fine. How about you?
I'm doing very, very well. Benny, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes.
Wendy,
I'm great.
you're good?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in a relationship, first of all?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
Okay. Would anything or any of the examples I gave, would it necessarily be a mismatch for you in your relationship? Is there anything that would be a mismatch for you?
Of course, as a lady for one, I wouldn't want to date someone who is fat.
Fat?
Or 3 or 4 times my size.
Why?
Because I would feel that is my choice.
Any
That's a
particular
disparity
reason?
for me. I don't.
Is it because of health issues, or you just don't think they look attractive because they're
for
fat?
one, not necessarily, because some fat people are actually very attractive, but that's my preference. And I think age-wise, I wouldn't date someone who's 20 years older than me, because I think psychologically or mentally we are not at par.
The same.
Yes,
The
sometimes
generational difference would
it's
be
a
too
little
much.
too much. For one, I wouldn't date someone who is like 6'5".
Really?
That's too tall, and I look like a
That's what
midget.
Benny's out right there.
I'm 6'2".
Benny is
by
not
the
even
way.
6'5".
That's
Somebody advertising himself already.
That's an advantage for me.
Showing B and EL straight out.
Okay, so height and weight would be
There are lots of other things as well.
right.
Educational difference as well. And
When you say educational difference, what do you mean?
I wouldn't want to. It depends. It might work for somebody else, but sometimes when someone is not educated at all, they have difficulties in communication and understanding. At times, there are exceptions to the rule. There are people that
there are people who aren't educated, but they can
actually get
articulate
it and understand everything you're saying. But there are other people who don't even make the effort, and those are the ones that you find it difficult to deal with. There are a lot of scenarios. When it
So
comes
that
to
is a
size.
no-no for you, the educational disparity.
Exactly.
Okay, Kojo, let me come to you. What would be a mismatch?
Yeah,
for you?
I would say that this sort of mismatch thing, from my perspective, I would say it's a socially constructed kind of assumption, because everything it's subjective to an individual. What Benny might like, probably I might not like it, but
So it's
society.
not a matter of choice.
Yeah, it's a matter of choice, but society has really made it in such a way that if a female is 5 years older than a guy, it's a no area for that person. If you're a degree holder and then I am a secondary school leaver, it's a no area for that. But are you looking at it from their point of view between the two of them? What is it that matches between the two of them beyond what society sees? Probably I might like you so much, I might be attracted to you. It's something specific about you. You might be attracted to me. But when we are out there, society feels that Kojo and Sandra, no,
Yeah.
Charlie, it's a third, but is it? Actually, is it?
Well,
Actually, like, yeah. But you see, exactly, so...
Match.com.
Exactly. So as you see, society will see it in a different way, but you and I will also see it in a different way. Other people will feel that, as educationally, as my sister said, social class, right?
That's a very important one that we
religious,
learned
yes, religious background.
True.
For me, I would say that seriously. If I don't believe in the same thing with you as religious belief, it's a total mismatch for the two of us.
True.
Yes,
So
me.
for you, religion is
religion. No,
Okay, when you say
I'm not discriminating any other
when you
religion.
say
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
don't believe in the same thing, are we talking about different religious beliefs
religious
or
beliefs. These are
Okay.
beliefs. The
Denominations.
Exactly.
Count as
Exactly.
well.
They count
Because,
as well.
For example, if I am a Christian and
Yeah.
you're a Muslim, you expect me to obey certain rules. You expect me to abide by certain rules of the religion. And if where I'm coming from as a Christian, I don't believe it, my religion says it's okay to walk around with no scarf over my head. It's okay for me not to kneel down when I'm praying. It's okay for me not to pray 5 times a day. But according to you, I am doing something totally wrong. It's like a taboo. So it starts to build up as issues gradually. You might not realize in the beginning because there's attraction, there's intimacy, there's relation, there's friendship. But with time, it grows,
becomes
and
an issue.
you probably don't understand where the problems are coming from. But if from the start you realize that this is the problem, we can't do this, you don't start at all.
But there's some
when it
people who
comes-
have done it and done it well. Like
Exactly
yesterday, we
that.
had Menai here, and
Yeah.
she's Christian, and her husband Sule Montari
And
is
Wahid and
Muslim,
Juliana.
and
Yeah, but
Wahid
there are
and
people-
Juliana.
there are people that
So
are
I think some
very
people can
liberal.
make it right.
There are people that are liberal, but they are strict Muslims and they are strict Christians, and they can never
Never
gel.
did it right.
Now, I think in this particular instance, it's always a case of the two people that are involved, like Kodjo said, can have their own connection and everything. It is society's perception about that relationship which may cause the strain of the relationship. For instance, if I'm sitting there, I see this wonderfully attractive woman, and she's being, holding hands with some guy that I consider a complete beast. First thing I say to myself is, how the hell
Did he get her?
Exactly.
Right. Now I start thinking of things, and you will agree with me, where for all of a sudden we start looking at financial issues.
Yeah.
We start looking at maybe he's packing below the waist, or something of the sort that's stimulating her that we cannot see or feel.
Yeah.
Now, if we're actually going to comment on this
Yeah.
and actually say to Charlie, how is it that he got,
Yeah.
already we're sowing seeds of discontent into something which
Doubt.
we may have seen them as a mismatch, but they're
Exactly.
completely and utterly okay with it.
Exactly. That is why I said that this is society, but the two of them understand themselves
Yeah.
perfectly, so perfectly, but they wouldn't give heed to what society is throwing at them. Immediately they give heed to it, then they go like, okay. So
And you start to
then
question.
they start thinking about it. They go like, okay. So initially we met. We thought it was just between the two of us, but now we are on a larger scale. Now
I kind of disagree. Are you saying that when you
No.
meet, you don't know yourself? I mean,
You do.
come on, you do know.
No. You see,
Maybe it's not an issue for you until society starts pointing fingers, but you know.
exactly.
But I think
but for
it's
instance-
important to realize from the start that there are problems. For
Okay,
you to
but-
be aware of what you're getting yourself into, then it doesn't become a problem later on.
Let me
Exactly,
give you
but you
ladies
know.
this- let me give you ladies this scenario. You've met a guy, you thought he's really cute. You've been with him for about a month. You guys are going well. When you met him, your girlfriends were with you. Yeah, he's cute. Oh, wonderful. After a month, they've come up to you and said, Charlie, we'll guide you.
Nkoyi.
No, you can do better. After a few mentionings of this, you can
Sowing
do
seeds
better.
of
Would
doubt.
you not, in your
You
mind,
think,
actually
you
look
really
at,
think.
even though you've got no issues with it, just sit there, you know what? But maybe I could.
No, but the thing is, peer pressure does play some sort of influence, because your friends can influence you and sow seeds of doubts in your relationship. But the thing is, it's you and the person.
Exactly.
No, but there's always going to be that outside influence, but it's up to you to decide if it's worth it, if that's
Yes.
what you really want.
Yeah.
No friend of mine can influence me if this is what I like. You cannot tell me otherwise that you can do better.
Yeah.
Unless I see it. No, I have to see it for my. I won't even allow you. How dare you?
because especially
Okay,
these days, people-
calm down, Sandra. But
Because these
seriously.
days, people sow seeds of doubt for their own personal reasons. So if you decide to listen to people, you probably lose the best thing that could ever happen to you.
Oh, so well said. Don't listen to people. Friends
Okay,
are
so
wicked.
what would you? I mean, you said religion and education,
And she
What
said
other-
weight and
Age is important.
No,
Age.
Age is
Benny.
a very, very important factor.
What about you said something about you wouldn't date someone 20 years older than you? What about someone a few years younger?
I wouldn't mind dating someone who's like a year or 2 years. younger
5
than me.
years?
5 years is a little extreme for me, because
Okay.
in 5 years, if I'm 30 and you're 25, that's a little scary, because he's probably thinking about partying every night. You know,
And you're
hanging
thinking
out
about
with girls.
babies.
And you
And
can't
I'm
keep
thinking-
up.
No, I doubt it. I might, because there are definitely exceptions. But at that point, for me, I would say no.
Okay.
But a year or two, I say, why not? He's human. He's a nice person. And depends on the conversation, his intellect, all of that counts. And if he's apart with me, hey, why not?
That's fine.
All right. Now, if let's just say we had a checklist, right? And you managed to check off, say, 80% of the things that you liked, and you had 20% remaining. Would you consider that a mismatch?
Good
Not
question.
necessarily. 80% is a lot. Most relationships are probably like 60-40 already. So if I'm lucky to have 80-20, I'll thank God and stick there.
But we've been talking about the negatives. Is there a way that a mismatch can, kind of help a relationship? Are there any advantages to it?
Like
at all?
the 10 years older person, because women naturally mature faster than men. So if I'm 20 or 21 or 22 and the guy I'm dating is 30, 35, we are kind of apart psychologically. He's thinking about settling down, hopefully, because these days it's weird. And I'm thinking about the same thing. So we are at the same page. We understand each other. We can have conversations and stuff. So I think sometimes when it comes to age, it works out. But in terms of religion, I don't think there's any positive. Especially if you're strict.
So you've been pretty quiet for a while.
I'm listening.
But I think that one of the benefits is genetics. Short person, tall person come together. They have a medium-sized child. Hopefully,
I like that medium-sized.
If everything goes well.
But the thing is, very skinny gentlemen like very large women. For some weird reason.
Benny, do you like curvy, large
women? Are you trying to say I'm skinny?
You're a bit skinny.
Do you like curvy? Do you like plus size?
I don't discriminate.
Is it true? We're trying to find out if what you're saying is true.
I don't discriminate.
You don't discriminate?
No, I don't discriminate. It's the lady. At that point in time, if I see you and I'm attracted to you, it doesn't matter your height, shape, color, shade, whatever.
Right. But you think the advantage to a mismatch is the height difference when one partner is short and the other is tall?
Well, yeah, it can help.
They have medium-sized kids,
but that's
as opposed to too short.
Be an angry person naturally. You have a temperament, and you are calm. So we kind of complement each other. You get me sober all the time.
That is a mismatch.
Is it
kind of
no?
That is a mismatch.
No, I know it's a mismatch, but the way you said even opposites attract. Yeah, I can understand like the whole theory behind it is that you're meant to balance each other out.
Exactly.
But the thing is, with people who have attitudes, that's their attitude. And I mean, I was in a relationship whereby this woman was very fiery. I'm very, laid back and placid. She would want to have a fight with me. I don't want to have a fight. She shouts. I say, okay, great, wonderful. And the fact that she couldn't get that
response, reaction from
she was
you.
like, no, can't deal with it.
Exactly.
You know what
I mean? I think I'm bipolar because I have different. I swing from both. I can be very calm.
Is that a declaration on national television, son?
No, I'm not bipolar. I have traits. I can be very, very calm and then the next minute
you're fighting.
It depends on what you are hit at.
I think
you get
so.
me. But you see, sometimes you look at it beyond that, you go like personalities, as you are talking about. Personalities. I would be like, I'm the introvert type of person, right? Someone will be the extrovert type of person, so out there like that. Do you feel that such a person will complement my life? And then should we be in public and then whilst everybody sees Kojo, and everybody sees my girlfriend, Amma, then she's like, we are all out there blubbing out. But this is the case that when she is out there blubbing at that, Kojo needs to be more of the relaxed and then be monitoring her. Anything that probably might be going wrong, then at least when we get home behind closed doors, and I will tell you that this and this and this is what is going on. But you need not to go. I wouldn't, because I am the outgoing type of person. I'm the blabbing stuff. I wouldn't go in for somebody who is of my same kind of personality. No, I need a calm kind of person, a lady who will watch my back, because sometimes I take full sight of action without even paying critical attention. I need that person to watch my back and say that could you this and this and this and this and this. But if you go in for that kind of, there's always fire in the house. Honestly speaking, there's always fire.
And you realize that in the entertainment industry, most artists, most media celebrities don't date people who are out there. The relationships that actually last long term, their partners are not out there. They're usually in the background, just paying attention to them yet not being out there. Those are the ones that actually work.
Exactly. But when you look at those ones that are also out there, probably it's because of business gains.
True.
You get me? I could mention some few ones that at
Go
least
ahead.
people have hooked up with other people because of business gains, sponsorship and everything like that. Beneficiary. So the other day we were discussing friends with benefit.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, they thought about friends with benefit, then they got to a certain extent. They were like, listen, it's better that we come together so that at least we legalize our junior, so that at least when we are out there, people will see that, oh, they are family, they are together. So when the money is shifting to this person's direction, there's nothing wrong.
Okay, right. So before we go, how can we overcome mismatches in relationships? I mean, you've met somebody, if there's clearly a mismatch, but you really like this person, you love them, you want to make it work. How do you overcome it?
On the first note, you don't even need to know that it's a clear mismatch. When you are going in, no.
If I like tall guys and I meet a short guy who it hopefully won't happen, but I do and I really like them, how do I make it work?
But the thing is, it's a psychological process. You have to make the mental decision that I like this guy. I'm going to look beyond what I see and what I'm used to, and appreciate him and say, okay, fine, let me get to know you. There might be something there that I probably wouldn't see from the outside.
Yeah.
And once you make that conscious effort, the rest is probably easy.
So when you're out there, when you find that unique thing in that individual, you get me, overlook all the 1,000 reasons why it wouldn't be possible for the two of you to come together, and then concentrate on that one particular reason. That concentration and deal with it. At the end of the day, to just bring the two of you together, and you will shame society because this is socially constructed. Honestly speaking, when you close your eyes to and your mind, that is all.
Run out of time. If you're out there and you're looking at your relationship and wondering whether you're perfectly matched or mismatched, stop it.
Yeah.
Just enjoy your relationship.
Sure.
All right. I want to say a big thank you to Kojo and Wendy for joining us this morning, and obviously to our sponsors, Lipton Tea.